I'm so happy to be here again with Huey in another conversation, but today even more interesting because Huey is just a new member of the firewalls.
That is correct. First practice today, which I can't make it, but...
More importantly, what is happening with Mythos? Every single conversation I'm in right now for the last 2 weeks has been non-stop about Mythos.
You know, it is very much, as you said, in the news. And the amazing thing is, since we had our last conversation, so much has changed.
And in the previous conversation, we already talking about Agentic AI.
That's correct, yeah.
As a defense, but also as an attack opportunity. And I think Mythos is putting it crystal clear that it can be an attack.
So Mythos is a next generation, we call it a frontier model. It's the next model from Anthropic, which is unreleased. And the reason why is, as an AI model, it is grown leaps and bounds and so advanced now in its development and knowledge of software and code. As a result, it's known to have found thousands of vulnerabilities in existing code and software that's out in the open.
Which were unfound before, right?
That's correct.
Some of them more than 27
plus years,
right?
That's right. So, we had a little bit conversation that's, about simplifying, the analogy. It's like you're playing hide and seek and your opponent has night vision goggles and infrared and, satellite view. So it's really turned the advantage into the attacker. Henceforth, it's been unreleased.
And we were saying before that AI will lower the floor for attackers.
Correct.
And this is probably the first time that we see that possibility happening, right? One of the things that really actually shocked me, and we were talking about this the other day in the office, that I started my career as a coder. You do your coding and then you compile it. And once it's compiled, that's it, right? It cannot be touched, but a Mythos can actually see through a compile file and actually understand the data in, data out, how it behaves, and actually reverse engineer to the software, and then recreate the software and compile it pretending to be the original one.
Correct. It depends on who has the hand in the Mythos, whether you are the defender or the attacker side,
Of course,
right? Yeah. Because on the flip side, advantage into the defender is being able to find whatever patches needed and either recode or write and defend against it. But again, we're talking about the asymmetric sense of it.
And Cisco has joined the consortium Glasswing, right, with Anthropic. And obviously, most of the internet traffic goes through Cisco equipment today, so it's very important that first we address any vulnerability that may come up there. But also, how can we use this for our own tools to help our customers defend themselves?
Yeah, that's a great question about where Cisco's part is. So Cisco, as you know, we are the critical software and infrastructure provider. And the first group, the consortium into this project Glasswing, are the critical providers of software and code. So we are getting the defender advantage, having access to Mythos alongside with our own AI tools. So our mission at Cisco has always been to have products that are AI ready, AI driven.
Yeah.
And we talked about the last time about agentic, right? AI driven, AI ready, and identity first. So what we're doing is taking this practice into our development to make sure that our customers are secure throughout their journey.
When do customers may expect first releases? Because this is no longer the vulnerability found and patch. This has to go at a complete different speed, right?
That's correct. It's a fundamental shift. AI capabilities has crossed that threshold. There's no turning back, right? There's a lot of things that we are working to harness AI to deliver the defensive capabilities, but it is a fundamental shift. It's a recalibration of the entire security practice, right?
And how you approach it.
And how we approach it.
It's no longer a point solution story. It has to be more of a platform story. Every single element of your infrastructure is relevant.
That's right. And there's another term called time to exploit, where in the past, you have a vulnerability exposure, which is called a CVE. And when that's published, vendors will release patches and fixes, right? Whether it's an upgrade or that. But in this day and age where everything's so complex, there's a lot of complexity, multi-vendor situations where there's a delay and there's a lag between that, and those are the time to exploit. But that gap with all the models today, that's close to almost everything will be day zero. So that is that race that cannot be won unless you adopt agentic qualities to defend.
How can companies prepare for this?
I love to talk about it, and it's a great point. So I want to kind of share a few things, right? It's about the return to the fundamentals. It's looking at being able to have visibility, having the ability to detect, remediate. So that's the baselining. And secondly, what's really important is your basic hygiene of patching, patch management, and looking at end of life. I was at the dentist yesterday, so it's back to flossing and brushing every day, right? If you look at baselining, but also understanding life cycle and patch management, right? Life cycle meaning that products and hardware, software and hardware that are no longer upgradable, patchable by software that could have open vulnerabilities, that needs to be removed and replaced with modern platforms.
If you're talking to the CISOs, you will give them 2 or 3 things they could do today, right?
Yeah. So the 3 one, right? Basic hygiene, baselining and minimizing your exposure. And the third, adopting and re-looking at agentic defenses built into our platform. So imagine, I was going to use another analogy of medical since we're having enough doctor visits, but the ability to respond dynamically to a threat, right? And how your body handles antibodies and white blood cells, right? Cisco's HyperShield's concept is agentic qualities built into our platform to be able to respond. One example is Light Protect, which is in the HyperShield capabilities. What it allows is micro patching, and we talk about the time to exposure in 0 day, right? When a vulnerability is found, on the fly, being able to provide micro, what I call it, shielding, and micro patches in between larger segments of patching. So that allows you to protect your infrastructure on the fly. And we believe that security has to be on every boundary. This is something we know at Cisco, is that the network sees it all. The network is the linchpin, right? Traffic flows through, and linchpin is when you remove that pin, everything kind of falls apart. So security has to be built foundational into the product.
And to me, it's almost like when I hear about HyperShield, I started my career in the telecom space, right, where the network is the business. Mm-hmm. You can't stop the network. I said, let me do an update, and 2 hours later, I'm gonna put the network back in action, right?
That's correct.
You can't stop. So that's the way that you can, the production network still carries on what is taking care of all those vulnerabilities and threats. Right?
That's foundational, right? What did they say? Change the engine. That's the old telecom thing.
Fly.
Yeah, while you're flying. And that's essentially what HyperShield's trying to solve.
Changing the plane.
Yeah.
I use that all the time.
Yeah. There's probably 3 things that will be top of the mind. First one was our last conversation about agentic AI, which is in, whether it's sanctioned or unsanctioned, but it's happening in the workplace. Second one is our topic on Mythos, right? It's not fear-mongering, or it's not, it's a reality check to say that age has come, where almost any average person can harness these skill sets with the help of agentic AI. Make no mistake, they're after disruption, sabotage, stealing of intellectual property. So we are the front lines of defenses. And the third thing, we have 3 storms coming in. Agentic AI coming in, language models, they are so powerful. And Mythos is just one moment in time right now. In 12 months, it will be another model, and it's going leap and bounds in terms of parameters.
Well, actually, Anthropic was talking about 100 days, 120 days advantage before another model can actually
Another model
replicate,
comes out, right? And it's leapfrogging constantly. And then the third one we talked about is pretty much about the end days of encryption. So I won't say the end days, but organizations having to relook at how
post-quantum.
they do post-quantum.
We announced HyperShield about a couple of years back. That's kind of really advanced for its time, and now you can see the advantage. So you gave me the great idea on quantum, so watch out for the next conversation on quantum. Thanks so much, Huey. I appreciate your time.
I look forward to being back on your show.
Yeah,
Nando?
Thank you.